Working alternately in Brussels and Strasbourg, Euro MPs sit together in Parliament according to their political group and not according to their nationality. To ensure a maximum degree of transparency, the debates between the Euro MPs are open to the public and translated into all the official languages of the Union. The European Parliament allows all of us to keep the democratic machinery of Europe running. Let's take an example that's close to home, the euro. Thanks to the single currency, we can travel to and from all the countries that have signed up to it without having to exchange our national currencies. While its management may be in the hands of the European Central Bank, the Parliament also has a say in the matter, as it gives its opinion on the appointment of the President of the Central Bank, who must answer questions from Euro MPs every 3 months. Work is another question that concerns us all. The European Parliament is also active in this field. As part of the fight against unemployment, it puts pressure on the European institutions and the member states to make employment a top priority. It promotes access to education and training for all. And it also sets out to put an end to any kind of discrimination in the workplace. For a long time now, the European Parliament has given its backing to concrete initiatives with the aim of ensuring equal opportunities for all. Our concern for the environment is growing. This concern is shared by Euro MPs. They've campaigned vigorously to obtain stricter standards for vehicle emissions. Furthermore, after a string of maritime disasters that no one can forget, MEPs demanded that compensation be paid to the victims and ruled that the polluters should be forced to pay for the cleaning up operations. To prevent these kind of disasters from happening again, they've set up a committee for improving safety at sea. Our environmental concerns reflect our concern for our health. Here again, the work of the European Parliament can be seen in our day-to-day life. MPs have stepped up measures to protect workers who are exposed to asbestos or high noise levels. As part of the Europe Against Cancer Action Programme, MPs have adopted measures to restrict tobacco advertising. During the BSE crisis, MPs set up a committee of inquiry. The results of its work led to the reform of health inspections and made the designation of meat origin compulsory. The result? Better protection for us, the consumers. At its birth in 1952, the idea of a unified Europe was a rather astonishing project in which only 6 member states participated. 5 decades later, 25 countries have been brought into the fold within a common area of stability, freedom and peace. The European Parliament is participating in this enlargement. First of all, it adopts the enlargement budget, but it also approves the entry of the newcomers, as their membership depends on the agreement of the members of the European Parliament. While Europeans are aware of the fact that they're living in an area of peace and democracy, they also know that others elsewhere in the world are not as lucky. That's why the European Parliament is involved in the defense of democracy, human rights and in humanitarian aid. For instance, every year, Euro MPs vote in favour of credits totalling around 500 million euros for emergency humanitarian aid. Finally, it's interesting to note that international personalities choose the European Parliament as a stage to express their concerns. A stopover in Brussels or Strasbourg is a guarantee that their message will echo around the world. This whistle-stop tour can leave you in no doubt. Europe does concern us directly. The European Union has been the keeper of half a century of stability, peace and security. It's helped to improve living standards, created a single market and a single currency, and given Europe a stronger voice on the international stage. But to make this Europe our Europe, we can't just rest on our laurels. It's up to us to voice the concerns of the 450 million citizens who are joining in the adventure. Hand in hand with the European Parliament, let's make our voice heard in Europe.